Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. Way late in the evening. I've been having a lot of coffee. Now I have a lot of stuff to do today, but I wanted to do a show because I'm getting rusty. Well, what I want to talk about today, I wanted to kind of talk about goal setting. How are those goals coming for you? This is our 10x 2 for 1 Tuesday. And this Saturday, I have a webinar coming up on how we're going to do goal setting and using OKRs. I figured kill a couple birds with one stone. All the corporations want to do OKRs, so why not practice it? Why not set your own goals and see how it applies to yourself? So when people ask you about how do you do OKRs, what do you do, what are your goals, all this, you kind of have a knowledge on it. You can come from somewhere of experience and practice. I keep seeing all these videos for Scrum Masters learning practice and get practical skills. And how do you get Scrum experience? Well, here's a great way. Practice your own OKRs. This is a great way to get experience. And this Saturday, May 11th, I have a webinar starting at 8 a.m. instead of the 7 a.m. I did the other day. Ends at 10 o'clock. It's 2 hours. And we talk about using OKRs and goal setting to help you get what you want. Get rid of the frustration. I know some people, I get frustrated sometimes, get stressed out. It was really interesting after the last time we did the webinar, and I plan on doing it again, but I want to get a mastermind going, and I usually use this webinar, this format, this 2 hours, to prep the people in my mastermind. So I figured why not share it and open it up to everyone and see if they want to partake in it and learn about it and see what they need to do. Because my question for you is, how are your goals going since the new year? Are you tracking them? Are they progressing? Maybe OKRs in the way these big corporations apply OKRs would apply to you too. So let's talk about that a little bit today in the show. Also, William Stryden, he is going to be talking with me on Thursday. We did an interview. William and I talked about the state of Agile, what's going on, what's happening. There's a report out from Scrum Alliance. I talked about it a little before. Him and I are going to go back and forth and talk about that a little bit in preparation for our May 15th. I believe it's May 15th. Of course, I don't have my phone. Don't have the calendar. Let's see. What is it? May 15th? Yes, May 15th, next Wednesday, not this coming Wednesday, the following Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to do our meetup activity for the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. Hope you can join us. We're going to talk about the report coming out of the Scrum Alliance. We're going to get some more people chime in on what they see coming on, see about the job market and where things are and why things are the way they are and what we can do to help that. And I had one of the conversations I have to share with one of the people, we talked about controlling your own direction, right? If you don't do your own goal settings and control your own where you want to go, who's in control, right? Who knows your direction? Are you leaving it up to the corporation? Are you leaving it up to your boss to determine where you're going to be? Now, there is the Happy Engineer podcast I listen to all the time, and he talks about having goals for your career in your company or outside. And I would say you set your goals to help you progress your career in your current company. But when you achieve these goals, and this is the 2 for 1 part of the activity, is you can use those same goals. If anything ever goes wrong, which we don't have any control over, at least you're in a better spot to land a new position if you need be, or if you decide at some point in time it's time to move on. So it's really a 3 for 1 special with the OKR goal setting. So talk about that a little bit, why, a little bit of information on it. I did post a link on there for signing up for it. It's $49. If you put in the newsletter and the discount, it's 50% off. I think it comes around $27 to take the class. So think about it. It's going to be a 2-hour thing. And then Sunday, we're going to do a question and answer. If you have any questions or thoughts or need some one-on-one time on your OKRs, you can do it there too. And the nice thing is, you can also join a Slack channel and all that kind of stuff. And then you can have people to talk about your OKRs and how things are. We can do check in through the Slack channel. Anyway, so it's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach, and it is 10:34 p.m. on a Tuesday. I'm half awake. No. Actually, I don't know. I had a lot of coffee. Who knows? So, what do I want to talk? Why do I bring up these OKRs? Because I think it's a good way of figuring out your goals to get what you want to do. I progressed that one. That. There's my book, right? So that was one of my OKR goals last year, was to get my book published and get that done and submit that information. Now I'm a co-author, so it's thinking small, starting out my process of writing books in the future. So I got one in, it's done, it's out there, and I'm using it, marketing with it, things like that. And the next goal is to produce my own book in the future. I don't know what it's going to be. I kind of have an idea what I know what it's going to be, but it's a secret until it comes out. There could be other books too. Who knows? Anyway, so what is your goals? What do you want to do? Do you want to get a business going? Do you want to get a certificate? Do you want to go from a Scrum Master to Agile Coach? Do you want to go from a business analyst to a product owner? Do you want to go from a product owner to product manager? Maybe you want to become a manager. I don't know. It can be anywhere in your career. My question for you and my challenge is, what are you doing to make it happen? I see so many Scrum teams, and this is teams I'm coaching and teams I've seen coached. They talk about making change, but they don't put anything in their sprint backlog to create the change. What the OKRs do and how we do this, it sets the groundwork for making those changes in different time boxes. And we talk about that during the session and how to use it. The real main focus is, what are your goals? How do we break them down? What do you want in the next 6 months, right? Not 1 year, 10 years, 5 years, but what do you want in the next 6 months? Of those things, let's pick a couple, right? And I put the little image of that in the actual sales. You can see some of the images. We're gonna nail it down from 10 items or 50 items. Like I've seen some companies where they have 50 OKRs. I'm like, you can't have 50 OKRs. What are you doing? You don't know what it's not manageable. It's not realistic. Same thing with a human being. It's not realistic to have 50 OKRs. Maybe 2, right? 2 and a quarter. Trust me. I've tried to do this many times. You do more than 2, more power to you. If you make it, you're a better person than I am. But I'm going to tell you, most people don't do more than 2 OKRs in a quarter. Maybe 3, but you're not going to get 10. No way. You can try. Then the question is, what are your OKRs? And those are the kind of discussions we had. So in our last webinar, one of the people that was taking the class started on their OKRs like right away and actually achieved some of their goals within a week, right? They were so gung-ho on achieving their goals and going after the items. They did that. And another person started rethinking their goals. What was like getting a cert, but why do you want to get a cert, right? Do you want a cert for a new job? Do you want it for a career promotion? What is that OKR? Why are you picking that OKR? And we go through that session, and I challenge a lot of people and do some one-on-one when they want to raise their hand and say, so why do you want that goal, right? And then we have a discussion on Sunday. That's open up for more. So you sit on it overnight, you think of your goals, how do you set it up, what do you want? And then you can ask questions the next day, and I'm happy to like an office hours is what we do the next day for another 2 hours, some office hours in case you have questions and follow-up questions, what you came up with and you want to share with the people on this. And it's not a social media thing. So I'm not sharing this out to the whole world. This is just for the people that sign up for the webinar. So if you think you're going to get through it, I have stuff in previous episodes on OKRs. Search OKRs, you're going to find a lot of it. But this is, and I think we actually did it, an OKR during one of our meetups. And speaking of meetups, next Wednesday on May 15th, we're having our meetup. And William will be there. And we're going to talk about the state of Agile, where it's going, and we're going to talk about that book. So, and like I said, I got an interview with him on Thursday. So we're doing an interview on Thursday with him, and then we're going to talk more about that as a group at our meetup. And it should be a really interesting conversation. Looking forward to hearing what everyone else thinks on top of what William and I had debated and what you're going to see on Thursday. So I hope you can join us. I try to make it as cheap and inexpensive as possible and to give you enough value. And like I said, if you do the newsletter, you get 50% off. If you do the newsletter, you get access to Slack. If you do the Slack, you have questions on your OKRs, you can ask me feedback on your OKRs. Think about that, right? And if you're really on the next level, we do have a meetup, which does cost money. Not a meetup, excuse me. A mastermind that we as a group do to work on our OKRs together. That does cost money. It's a little more expensive. It's not very expensive. But if you do these other things and you're really interested, we can talk about joining the other part. I don't want to go there yet, but we can talk about that. Anyway, what are your goals? How are you doing? It is now May, right? And if you had New Year's resolution goals, how are those goals coming? Are they doing okay? Me, I got a couple goals. Trying to lose weight, doing more exercise, eating less, getting my goals, weight stabled out. Now I'm going on the negative side. It's taken a while, but little by little, I've changed some plans and made some goals. I also got some business goals that I'm trying to do. I gotta add some goals. I gotta finish my SBC cert so I can teach classes again. So I gotta renew. I did renew. That got goal part. Step one of my goals and one of my sprints was to renew. Step two was to get recertified on all the classes so I can teach them. So we'll get there little by little goals, but I'm working at it every sprint. In our case, we do a 3-week sprint or measure 3 weeks, not 2 weeks, because this is part-time stuff. And that goes to a question somebody asked me the other day, but we can talk about that on another day. So I just wanted to share that with you. I wanted to come on tonight to mention this session for goal setting, the OKRs, because I really do think it helps. It helps put in them perspective on how do you achieve goals and how do you track it? How do you measure it? The same exact stuff we ask from our teams in the corporate setting. So if you ever did an interview and you go through this process and you do the webinar, and then you can track in your own, or you can join the mastermind. It's your whatever you want, or you can go on Slack and you ask me questions or ask the group, whoever attend the webinar, questions about OKRs, because there is a channel for OKRs. So you can ask your people on the Slack channel questions about the OKRs. So it is available. You get that feedback, and then you have a valid, practical experience with processing OKRs. Between what I teach, how we teach it, and you doing it, you have practice and experience that you can say on your resume legitimately that you have done OKRs, right? If you want to do the corporate one, we can go a little level more and we can talk about more. You can even talk at a meetup show and or a program, and you can share your OKRs, your lessons, your learns, and all that kind of stuff. So then you got the full gamut. You did a presentation on it, lessons learned, practices it, and it's all legit, right? So great way to get some practical experience for your resume and for when they say at a corporate place, if you're not already doing it, how do we do OKRs? Because I'm going to tell you right now, most companies do OKRs incorrectly. They have way too many OKRs in a quarter, and they just repeat them. They're not energizing or anything. So with that, I'm going to let it go. I want to wish you the best. Happy Scrumming. I really do care about everyone out there, and I really do want you to progress. And if I can help you, send me a message. You know who I am. I've done 1,100 episodes, 1,187 episodes. More than happy to help you. With that, send a note, sign up for the webinar. I hope to see you Saturday. If you can't make it, but you really want to do it, let me know. I might be setting up another session later on Um, whether or not you get in the mastermind or not is a question, but I'm hoping people that sign up on Saturday, some may want to join the mastermind. So we'll see. With that, have a great evening. Hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow. It's got a busy day. I got to go visit my client tomorrow. So I'll be doing a lot of commuting, talk about portfolios and do sprint planning and all kinds of good stuff. So it'll be a fun, challenging day. With that, have a great day. Hope to see you on Saturday and happy scrumming. Take care. Think about it.